tortuous tracheal kiss is intimate and precious. It plays through the pipes and cavities of you like harsh revin, like an engine turning over, like the sound of imminent departure. You are down to wicker ribs, inadequate to cart each inhalation.
It's just trying to feel the atmosphere, I think. Feel the drawing, and I don't know, I find it hard too. That's why it's good to work without words sometimes. And you can see that in the dancing as well. You pick up some really moving moments. I just like to work directly from all these hundreds of drawings that I've been collecting. I think that was you and Shannon, those two. They're just like so valuable, these little lines, they can last for years for material just to work from. It's been so good to go and draw the dancers, and these kind of things can be turned into paintings. Well, these are dry point etchings, and I've used this needle just to scratch the lines into the mylar. There's lots of ways, and art's a fantastic way of expressing, and getting things out that you didn't know were there even, and that's what's coming out of it for me. And I've always wanted to work more with those memories of having cancer, and it touches so many people, and I've lost lovely friends, and other friends are going through really hard times, and it's pretty important, I think, to recognise what people go through. That's right. Yeah, and it's when you're doing an addition too, like 10 or something, there's a real nice rhythm that you get from just putting through the same thing over and over. It's quite nice. It's quite a meditative thing. Yeah, it's always exciting. I've been doing it for years, and every time, you get a little buzz when you pull off the print.
The kids from Canteen and a few friends are doing a movement story while I read the story, which is going to be illustrated by Pauline Bellamy, a local artist, and she's done some drawing already, and it's just beautiful, and I'm so excited about what she's done. And Bill O'Brien, the writer in residence, edited a children's story that I wrote. It's based on my daughter and her two little boys and their other mother, because my daughter was gay, and so they have another mother, and I wrote a story about dance and death and these two little boys.
Come on, boys, she said as she skipped quickly down the aisle. Come dance with me. The boys ran and hid behind some stacked up cans of beans. They didn't want other kids seeing them dance. No way. Mummy danced in the yard. danced on the very top of the high hill.
I'm a member of Canteen. I'm the president of Otago. Barbara came along to our meeting. She approached us and asked us if we would like to be involved. And there was quite a few people who were excited about doing it and looking forward to get into it. My brother was diagnosed with leukemia in 2001. He passed away 18 months ago. He ended up having 3 different types of leukemia. So it was get one, get in remission, then another one would come, and then, so yeah, he had a bone marrow transplant as well towards the end, which another one of my brothers was the donor for. Oh, it was wonderful. I was a bit nervous at the start when I walked in and I saw all the chairs set up. I'm like, oh no, people are actually going to be here watching us. But no, it went really well. There were a few hiccups, but I don't think too many people noticed.
Well, I met Barbara probably last year at a dance conference, and she basically knew I was dance teacher at Otago Girls, and so called me up and asked me if we wanted to be involved, and I said most definitely. I selected my senior students. There's not very many dancers, still quite new, so each of the girls chose a piece of writing. So Barbara's story, Come Dance With Me, and Sue's poem, Full Sonata. Those were 2 of the pieces to work with, and Barbara also took some diary entries from her daughter Philippa's journals and things like that and brought them in, and the girls read those, and then they kind of just workshopped some movement that reflected the overall kind of feelings and emotions from those, which were, a lot of them were kind of frightened, sad, pain, embarrassment about losing hair and things like that. And so the girls took those emotions and kind of workshopped movements and made up some motifs and dance that reflected that. Because it's all about dance in the community. I mean, that's what the fellowship's about, so looking at different areas of the community and bringing it together, it was nice. It's good.
I love the way that this project, this collaboration, has been driven from a dance perspective, because dance has traditionally been the poor relation when it comes to the arts, and it's just so wonderful having these 2 people, the Burns Fellow and the Mozart Fellow, collaborating and working together with dance to lift the profile of all of us, but dance particularly. And I think it's just wonderful and so giving and of them.
The music was about much more, well, the process was about much more than me, which is quite unusual for me. I mean, it's composition, the sort of composition I do is quite an internal sort of, almost selfish sort of thing, where it's just you and the score, and then later it has a life as a piece of music that gets interpreted by musicians. But this was for these people for quite a programmatic purpose. So it was much less abstract than how I normally work.
There was always that concept for me as well. This was the closing of a circle rather than a drop. And more like the season of fall, in that it comes around again, and fall, autumn descends to winter, but winter gives birth to spring. And in the poem I finish on the word fall, but if you view it as a cycle, then it comes back and meets the first word, which is all. So fall comes back to all.
I'm finding that the more I'm going to drawing people moving, you just use less lines, but they mean more. So that's the aim, really.
I can see actually there's been, I think, and just one member in particular, there's been quite an increase in confidence. People have just relaxed so much and really come out of their shells, I think.
You were moving in trust with these people and in support, and it was a very concrete sort of support and trust. It wasn't about words, it was about actions.
It's about community dance, and it's about that feeling of togetherness and being part of a group that can share and understand each other. And we've just had the most wonderful time.
Storm clouds bank up, high stalled wall on the horizon. A southerly blast is due, but idles. Meanwhile, full fat heat stupefies the caribou undulating on its twig in the greenbelt. It is all so improbable. Then, a soft leaf rattle as a breeze goes through where there was, I'm sure, no breeze. Angel wings, perhaps. I think you hear them. I listen harder. Just a breeze, just clicks and flicks and ticks that punctuate the waiting ear. Just this shimmering planet afloat in its membranes. Just an unwanted forecast, and useless hands that can only bangle round your suffering. Yet the house cracks its knuckles, so gentle, so alert. This vigil is full of hands. The world has other ways of holding. And other ways of letting go. The leaves now definitely working loose, all grips loosening. From hand to hand, you fall away from us towards an inward cave, dark haven, rich with bones. A place to bite the tail of zero, count yourself immeasurable. Null season replete, season beyond deepest form.
Helen, Snook.
Eva.